saying? Especially coming up from the project I'm from, where I was born at. Hell, man, don't you know how bad we had it, man? And I know I wasn't the only one who wished that we had a pool. See, only my my project people can understand this. My people that's from the low income area. You see what I'm saying? Um, yeah, man, we had it kind of rough. I seen times when grandma used to put cold water in the tub, man, and let us play in the tub, take turns in the tub, throw your little balls in the tub. Yeah, for about 30 minutes, 45 minutes. Enjoy yourself. Cause we ain't had no pool. Every kid in the project, especially if you growed up in the 80s, man. The 80s projects, redevelopment, housing authority. Yeah. We quite had to make ways of cooling down in the summertime. Even coming from the fire hydrant. See, I remember back in the day, New York City, they fire hydrants did used to pop off a lot in the summertime because a lot of areas in New York seem as if to me they didn't have access to pools neither. You see what I'm saying? Some parents ain't had transportation to take their kids to the beaches and shit like that, but we made do. So in my hood, I remember when cats like New Lil Dude, Tall Charlie, Ghetto Boy, Lil Bird, man, I can go on for hours talking about these cats, man. They started running the fire hydrants in our hood. See, back then, like in the late 80s, probably early 90s, like 90, maybe 91. I was pushing like 19 years old. So, you know, my peoples ain't really let me off the leash right then. So it was always either stay close to the yard or boy, don't go off this porch. So I used to see these niggas out of this wild shit to stay cool. You see what I'm saying? We used to pray, y'all. This real talk. We used to pray for it to rain in our hood. You know why? So that the parking lots can get flooded out. The whole neighborhood come outside. Even some parents come outside and walk through the flood. Kids out there done made makeshift boats and shit like that, playing in the water. Hey, I remember one time my little sister almost drowned out there, like 3 feet of water. But we look forward to days like that, not knowing that the reason why the neighborhood is so flooded because the sewers are backed up with trash, man. Now, when you think about it, that's why a lot of these neighborhoods be flooded out with water, y'all. Because, as I got older, I got into construction work, dealing with construction work. I realized that these sewers be packed up with trash. You see what I'm saying? But we made do. So with the fire hydrants, a lot of the older guys in our neighborhood start cutting on the fire hydrants with grip plows, regular plows. And this went on for a few summers, out there in my hood. Not only in my hood, other projects. Salute the J Dub, salute the Auto Bopper, Portsmouth, VA, 757. You know what I'm saying? So as I got older, we moved to another project. And once again, I moved to another project. They don't have a pool. But what's going on down in this other area is not quite going on in this area. And I was raised up around guys who, really know how to uh make shit come together and have fun. Not saying that this project that I moved to won't like that. It was just that they did need a little spunk to it. So I had got a little older and I realized like, yo, where I just came from, they didn't have a pool. And out here don't have a pool, but they had their fire hydrant blasted open. I'm gonna come out here and blast this fire hydrant, you know. So I go out there, I ring bells with the fire hydrant. I remember what these dudes used to do in my old hood. So I take the grip pliers, I ring bells. Kids having fun, man. We having fun. I say, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna go through this whole downtown area, like maybe I did about 8 to 10 blocks of fire hydrants. Because, in the low income area, man, we prayed for things like that. I remember I used to sit in the house and I used to see certain work trucks pull up in the hood, and I used to be wishing and praying that they was coming to build a pool. I used to sit in my window, y'all, real talk, and just stare. at a certain area at the park and be like, man, only if we had a pool right there. So in the hood coming up, hell yeah, we made ways. We made ways. And it came to a point, y'all, where the city, right, was losing so much money because of these fire hydrants. You know, this water costs coming out these fire hydrants that they start putting caps on top of the fire hydrants, right? So it blocked a lot of our summers. It blocked a lot of our summers. And I know I was quite wrong for doing it. You know what I'm saying? But it came to it's all good, man. It's all good. It came to a point where I said, you know what? I need that peace. I need that peace because now it seems as if since they put these caps on these fire hydrants, this was like in the early 90s, around like 95, 94, they started doing this shit. I said, you know what? I say the fire trucks, they hold these pieces. I say we gotta find a way to try to get this tool so we can pop these fires back up because these people ain't trying to do nothing for us. All these people in the suburbs, uptown, they got pools in their community. Every time you turn around, you see, bus load of kids ride past, enjoying themselves. And like I said, man, we from the hood, dog. We from the projects, and I know I'm not the only one that's from the low income area, from the hood, from the projects. So we quite try to use our mind and put two and two together. But and sometimes we'll go the extra route. We take chances, you know. So I say, hell, let's start calling the fire department, man. And we're gonna get this piece. We're gonna get this piece. So we'll make a bogus call to the fire department saying, well, this bandit house is on fire. When the fire department come, they jump off the truck and there's someone on the other end that'll pop the toolbox open and get the tool. So once we got the tool, we really start ringing bells. So, and kids used to see me and be like, what's up, man? What's up, man? You cut the fire hydrant on today. And I'd be like, all right, let's get it. Boop, 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 boop. Cool down, cool down. But yeah, man, that's one of the things that I appreciate the most by coming up from the hood, being raised in the projects. Uh, you'll make a way. We made ways back then. We made ways from inside of the house, mama, grandma raising the household, from surviving off certain meals. They made ways. Uh, Even outside playing, having fun, growing up, we made ways, man. We found ways to survive in the hood and we made sure we did it the best of our ability. You see what I'm saying? I just wanted to run that across y'all path, man, and make sure y'all subscribe to my channel if you ain't subscribed yet. You know what I mean? You a 80s baby. Drop me a comment.